Steam. In process industry, the steam is being used in the following three forms: saturated steam, superheated steam, and desuperheated steam. In this diagram, we can see all the three forms of the steam. Here, steam is directly coming out from the boiler drum, or rather steam drum, and that is saturated steam. The saturated steam in second case is coming out and then it is passing through the superheater, and then we are getting superheated steam. In the third case, superheated steam is being mixed with boiler feed water, and then the output is desuperheated steam. Saturated steam. Saturated steam is steam in equilibrium with water. That is, steam that holds all of the moisture it can hold and still remain a vapor. In this diagram, we can see that the steam is being taken out from the steam drum, and in the steam drum, water and steam both are coexisting. The steam outlet is providing saturated steam. As long as the steam and water are in contact with each other, the steam is in a saturated condition. In this diagram, we can see that in the steam drum, water and steam are in contact, which means when the steam is taken out from the steam drum, it will be saturated steam because steam and water are in contact in the steam drum. Saturated steam can be used to purge process equipment or perform other functions, or it can be superheated as it is being shown in the diagram. We can take out the saturated steam out of the steam drum, or the same saturated steam can be superheated as shown. Saturated steam cannot absorb additional water vapor, but the boiler can continue to add heat energy to it with the help of superheater. In this diagram, we can see that the saturated steam is coming to the superheater, and then output of the superheater is superheated steam. Request: it is hoped that this session is going to be useful to you. Please press like button. Please subscribe this channel. यह लेक्चर हिंदी में भी उपलब्ध है. Steam that continues to take on heat energy or get hotter is known as superheated steam. So here in this diagram we can see that the steam is coming out of the steam drum, then in the superheater it is getting more heat energy and thereby it is getting hotter, and then it is becoming superheated steam. Superheated steam, which is produced downstream of the steam drum, typically in the firebox, is steam that has been heated to a temperature above its saturated temperature. So here in this diagram we can see that downstream of the steam drum we are having a superheater which is heating the steam above its saturated temperature. Superheated steam is typically 200 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 to 149 degrees centigrade hotter than saturated steam. Typical uses for superheated steam include driving turbines, catalytic cracking, product stripping, maintenance of steam pressures and temperatures over long distances, producing steam for systems that require dry, moisture-free steam. Desuperheated steam. Superheated steam might not be the best choice for heat transfer in some heat exchangers because the amount of energy given up by superheated steam is relatively small compared to the energy given up by saturated steam. Also, some facility processes cannot tolerate the high temperatures of superheated steam. The process of cooling the superheated steam is called desuperheating. Desuperheated steam is superheated steam from which some heat has been removed by the reintroduction of boiler feed water. In this diagram we can see that there is superheated steam and in that steam we have added feed water and the outcome is desuperheated steam. Desuperheated steam. Typically, desuperheating does not occur at the boiler but at specific points in the process where boiler feed water is injected into superheated steam. So here in this diagram we can see that the desuperheater is outside the boiler and feed water is being injected into superheated steam and the outcome is desuperheated steam. Here is an example of the use of desuperheater. Here we can see that the superheated steam is coming out of the boiler, then its pressure is being reduced with the help of a PRV, pressure reducing valve, and then this reduced steam, the steam at the reduced pressure is being injected with the help of DSH or desuperheater. The desuperheater is getting water from the boiler feed pump, and the outcome of the PRV and DSH is the low pressure steam, which is being used for process heating and evaporation. Request: it is hoped that this session was useful to you. Please press like button. Please subscribe this channel. यह लेक्चर हिंदी में भी उपलब्ध है. This lecture series is in loving memory of my late wife, Mrs. Ambika Chadha, maiden name Pammi Mani.